Come one, come all, spontaneous beat. Wow, I couldn't even say it. Come one, come all, spontaneous views. This is YouTube. What's up? It's been a week or two since I did a blog video. This one is going to be a little different. I know by now a lot of people have heard of the school shooting that happened. That was maybe about 2.5 weeks ago now. And it happened in Winder, Georgia. And for the most part, this is where I'm living at, in Winder, Georgia. We had a school shooting at Apalachee High School where I forgot his name. His name is Gray. Last name is Gray, Cole Gray or something like that. Wasn't from Barrow County, the county that I reside in. He was in a neighboring county. I think it was Jefferson County. It's like one county over. He got into some issues with, I guess he was, what did he do? He had a school threat that went around in the county. The guy was investigated. Well, the father was investigated. And they questioned the boy, and to make a long story short, and the short story shorter, they basically kind of let it slide because it never stuck with him. And being that our school system started here in Barrow County, our school system started August 1st. So I don't think he started school here from what I'm hearing. I mean, the reports are kind of vague. Like even when you try to pull it up on, and it's funny that I'm actually residing in the county where it happened, in a high school that is only 10 minutes away from my house. The information is vague, but anyway, it never stuck with him. What I mean by that is the neighboring county never notified Barrow County of a threat, a school threat from this guy, from this kid. He's 14 years old. He was never questioned about it. It never came out to make any sense of it. So I guess the FBI and the authorities at that time, I guess they came with a conclusion that they didn't have to put this in his record. Mighty odd that that's even the case. So now he comes to Barrow County, and for the most part, his father bought him an assault rifle for his birthday. Keep in mind, this is a 14-year-old kid. We're living in the days and times where you have a lot of school shootings. In all of my years of being on this planet, school shootings happen a lot. I never would have thought in any years of my life that this would have happened in my backyard. I have a son that graduated Apalachee High School last year, thank God. I currently have a 12-year-old child in the 7th grade that's in middle school here in Winder, Westside Middle School in Winder. So you can only imagine, just being that the school year just started, and me and my wife and other parents that's in the community have to deal with this. It's a lot when you go to the neighborhood supermarkets and like the Dollar Generals and Publix and just the people where we patronize that. You hear these stories from high schoolers because a lot of those high schoolers got jobs around the city, around the town of Winder. So when you go into these places, you're hearing these stories about, man, I heard gunshots, and in the back of my mind, the only thing I can say is, man, you made it out. It's deep when you're in the situation. And again, I didn't even bring this up. Like I said, this happened over 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I never blogged on it. I think I was still it was so surreal at that time. I just couldn't believe that somebody really went into a high school with an assault rifle, killed 4 people, and injured 9 people that was in my community. Now, out of the 4 people that died, I only recognized 1 person. That was the coach. Forgive me, I forgot his name. But I think he was the coach that just started. But he was around Apalachee High School. Trust me, I've seen him before. And it was just so surreal at the moment. I wanted to do a blog about it. I never got around to it because I was trying to absorb more of the information that's really vague at this point. At the end of the day, the father and the son are charged, obviously, and it was surreal. So anyway, the fact that this can even happen in my backyard, it's alarming because it puts you on edge. Now, every time I see a message from the school from my phone, I'm running now I'm reading the full message now. Like, I'm not, you know how when you used to get a message from the school and you kind of, it's nothing. It's about something. It ain't nothing that's gonna, it ain't nothing important. Now, every message that come through, you're just looking at I'm literally reading the whole message because I'm like, what now? Now, I don't know if this was a false alarm or not. Last week, Friday, I guess my wife had got an email or an alert talking about there was a lockdown, a soft lockdown at the middle school. But again, I never heard no more about it, so I don't know if it was true or not. I don't know. The fact of the matter is that school just started, and we basically have to deal with this up until next year, May, because you have copycats. You have students. That's why they closed. Obviously, they was going to close the schools Thursday, Friday, and they closed it that Monday. I didn't think they were going to close that Monday. So that Sunday, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, they might have to close school on Monday too, just from everything that's been going on. And an hour after that, they came up with a measures and canceled class, which I was so grateful for because I was terrified. I was like, man, I still have a son that's still in this school system, Barrow County school system. So honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I wanted to stay here until my son graduated high school. The 12-year-old Jaden. I wanted to stay, but now I'm like, I don't know how I feel, because to have someone like that in your backyard, it's kind of, and when I say backyard, I'm not saying literally in my backyard. What I'm saying is that he's in the neighborhood. Like, I obviously passed by this person before. If not the kid, the father. Like, Winder is not that big. Winder may have a population of about maybe 20,000, if that. When I first moved here about 7 years ago, it was around 16, 17K. So I know the population has grown between 3,000 to 5,000, probably more since then. So it's about, I'm just going to say 20,000 just to make it simple. So I'm pretty sure I frequent around at restaurants, the grocery store, events that they have around the city. And it's sad. Like, it's real sad that I don't know. Obviously, in the South, when you look at, I'm just going to say this real brief. In the South, when you have young, I'm gonna have to say Caucasian kids, usually they go hunting a lot. Like, but I've had people go hunting also. Forgive me, this car just pulled right out in front of me. Like, I'm gonna keep my videos raw because I'm doing this live, and that, even though I'm gonna upload, it's not gonna be live. This video is live, so anything that happens in the moment that I'm doing the blog, I'm gonna say something about it. 5 years ago, I would have threw the middle finger up, blew my horn, and all that. At the end of the day, they got in front of me, so it don't matter. But anyway, it's just I don't want to stay around here no more like that no more. Like, I mean, I'm not. It's not that I'm scared to be around here, but when you got kids, to get back to what I was saying, when you got kids that love hunting, they don't have that mental capacity of having compassion for someone. Like, when they kill a deer, eventually, if you keep killing an animal, you're gonna have a thirst to keep killing stuff. I forgot the movie that it was the Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm saying they showed his upbringing, and his father used to kill get roadkill and basically like dissect roadkill. So when a child sees that at a young age, when they start to develop, they start to get immune to stuff like that. And that's what I think happened to this guy here, this gray guy, Cole. I forgot his name. I mean, it's really irrelevant. And that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna keep it real with you too. If he was black, his name would have been plastered all over the place. There would have been drug problem. They would have just, they would have, how they would have did him dirty up here. But I just think the psyche of little kids when they're killing at a young age, I don't think that that's a positive outcome in the future for them, because they're going to get immune to killing. They're going to get immune to doing wild stuff, and they're going to be numb to it. They're not going to have a conscience of anything. And that's where this situation comes about. If you can walk into a school with an assault rifle and just start unloading and killing people, injuring people, and you sitting in the courtroom like, it's almost like you was up under some type of hypnosis or something. And who knows, it could be, see, I don't want to turn this into a conspiracy video, because I can easily do that. I mean, because it's happened before. You do have these type of events that can happen during election year. And it's funny, I've been saying this all year. I don't get the views I feel like I should get, probably because of the platform that I have. But I've been saying this all year. It's election year. It's going to be wild things that happen during election year. And you can tell, we in September, and just look from January to now, look at all the wild stuff that's happened now. You had the so-called aliens in Miami, in the mall, that they don't talk about. Something happened there. You got the Trump's attempted assassination. You got Joe Biden stepping down. You had the Cat Williams interview with Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. You had that go right. Now you got the Diddy situation. I'm going to have to do a part 2 to that. But just to conclude from this video right here, man. Like I said, I never would have thought in a million years that I would have actually experienced. Like I said, Apalachee High School is literally 10 minutes. I used to stay at Apalachee High School year round. My son played, he used to run track, he played football, and he went out for basketball. So I was always at Apalachee High School. I stayed at Apalachee. Most of my videos back, if you go back a year and a half ago, when I'm sitting in the car, I was parked at the field waiting on my son to leave practice. When I first started blogging, if you go back to all them car videos, if it's in the daytime, I was at Apalachee High School. I know a lot of people there. I know a lot of people there. A lot of the teachers. I met a lot of people there. And the fact that that school will never be the same is weird to me. And that was the surreal moment that I experienced over the past 2 weeks. It's still in the back of my, of course, you got to go through your daily life of living and still taking care of your family and just, you got to still live your life. But to have this happen in your backyard, it's wild, man. I'm going to keep it real with you. It's wild, and it's unfortunate. Rest in peace to all the families. My condolences go out to all the families that got affected in this ordeal. I want to send a prayer out to all the parents that's in Winder that's still having to deal with this and going to have to continuously go through this as the school year goes on, and maybe even in the future. Now, I've never heard of 2 school shooters in the same school or the same school district. I'm not saying that. I mean, I've never experienced that. I've never seen it. So I don't know. But based off of what we've seen, based off what we've seen in our lifetime, I haven't seen or heard about any school shootings happening back to back in the same county or the same school. So I'm going to leave it like that. Like I said, I just wanted to hop on real quick to do a quick blog just to, really just to keep the awareness for other parents that got kids in school. Just be aware. It's unfortunate. When I got those texts saying that the school was on a lockdown, it didn't really make sense to try to leave work and try to pick up my other son, because you wouldn't have gotten in anyway. You know what I'm saying? They had the whole street blocked off. Like, it was just wow. And the perception around the city is, like I said, it was dull. It still is dull, but of course we're going to get through it. But rest in peace to the family, to the victims of this tragic moment. You know, Winder, Georgia. Never would have thought that. I never would have thought that. Anyway, come on, come on. I'm out.